Tail of the Tape, brought to you by Science Synergy. Lightweight matchup to get things started. 25-year-old Clay Guida taking on 34-year-old Marcus Aurelio. Now, I said earlier, Aurelio is 5'10", but he does, though, have an inch disadvantage in the reach. Guida at 71 inches of reach. For the official introductions of this lightweight confrontation, here's Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Steve Mazzagatti.
Steve Mazzagatti, our referee. Marcus Aurelio set to make his UFC debut against Clay Guida here at the Mandalay Bay Event Center.
Bring it on, come on!
And we are underway.
Marcus Aurelio most likely is going to want to take this fight to the ground, and Clay Guida most likely is going to want to avoid the ground game and work his stand-up.
He has incredible wrestling skills, great takedowns, very relentless, but this may be an example, as you point out, Joe, where he'll use his wrestling in reverse to keep this fight on the feet and try to take advantage of what he thinks is an advantage in the striking game.
Yeah, I believe that well, I actually talked to him about it, so he doesn't believe that Marcus Aurelio is going to be able to take him down. So he thinks that's going to be to his advantage. Now, I'm sure training an American Top Team, I'm sure they've devised some sort of a strategy to deal with that, because I'm sure if they look at it on paper, they probably figured that he wanted to avoid Marcus's ground game. So we'll see what American Top Team and Marcus Aurelio have cooked together to try to avoid Clay Guida's strengths.
Of course, as everyone who takes on Guida seems to say in their quotes, tough fighter, good cardio, all-around tough opponent. His hair is too long. Doesn't matter. Guida can still win.
He's a wild man.
He is wild.
He doesn't care. He sees right through the forest and punches people.
Trying to work the jab is Marcus Aurelio in the red trunks, camouflage shorts being sported by Clay Guida.
Now, if you notice Clay's stance, good body kick.
And pushing forward.
Good right hand as well.
Came over the top. The left hook connected. And trying to utilize the jab again was Marcus Aurelio. Guida really swinging for the fence with that overhand right.
And one advantage Guida has is he's fought many times in the octagon. He's been here in this pressure cooker situation so many times. He's very, very comfortable here. And for Marcus Aurelio, this is a huge opportunity. And there's a lot of pressure involved in that huge opportunity.
No question about it. And as I mentioned, as he walked into the octagon, he's been around, he's had great success at a lot of levels, Joe, but still it's a little different when you hit the very biggest stage, and that is the world-famous octagon. Really trying to work the left is Marcus Aurelio. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Guida looking to push forward.
What I was saying about Guida's stance, Mike, is if you notice he's bent over more at the waist, and what that is he wants to stay low and he wants to be able to, sprawl and avoid the takedown as quick as possible, but he also wants to press forward. It's a very interesting scenario because he doesn't want to stand up fully straight and really like try to wind up and throw some big power shots, because if he does that, then he runs the risk of being taken down.
Aurelio landed that one left hook, and there's just a little bit of blood on the right side of Clay Guida's nose. Then you can actually see through the hair. Guida really keeps that head tucked nicely. Shoulders high. And the kick. Pushing forward again, uppercut combinations.
Aurelio ate that jab. Lands one of his own.
The difference right now is Marcus Aurelio's throwing one jab, no combinations. Guida's trying to come in and put combinations together.
Marcus has been in the pressure cooker situation in Pride when he fought Takanori Gomi. He went into that fight as an underdog. It was a huge crowd, there to cheer on their hero, and very, very stressful situation. And he handled himself admirably under that stress. So he's been in the fire before. Oh, he got dropped!
He did big time, and here comes Guida looking for a finish.
See Aurelio's guard. He's working on wrist control. It's going to be very hard to hold Clay Guida's wrist and control him.
See if Guida actually messes with this opportunity or if he backs off and lets Aurelio stand back up and tries to continue with the strikes. Yep, there you go. On cue.
Mike Goldberg, expert commentator.
Just get lucky sometimes, buddy. You know that. I get to listen to you a lot. I'm learning.
Aurelio seems very tentative on the feet. Like you said before, Mike, he's just looking to land one jab at a time. He's not opening up. And it could be that he just needs to loosen up and relax. Like even that leg kick, he didn't really commit to that very much.
You know, a lot of fighters, Joe, and you know this very well, it takes them a couple of minutes to get accustomed to things, to get kind of warmed up, to get loose. And oftentimes they actually look better in the second and third rounds than they do in the first. So far, you're right, Aurelio looks very tough, very tight, and just not fluid at all.
Yeah, Mike. It's a monster opportunity for him, you know. I mean, the guy's facing a lot of, right hand by Clay Guida. He's facing a lot of pressure here, and a lot of it put on by the Carpenter.
Guida trying to come over the top again. 15 seconds now remains in round number 1.
Clay Guida
just throwing
bombs. Big left hook, right hand, takes him down. Let's see if he can avoid Marcus's guard.
Guida really swinging for the fence, looking for an electrifying finish here tonight.
Marcus got one butterfly in.
And a great first round by Clay Guida.
Guida very happy, applauds after that round. Let's take a look at some of that action. Clay Guida just throwing bombs, just wading in here. And that was a jab that rocked Marcus Aurelio. It could have been that he was off balance and his feet were in bad position. That's exactly what it looks like there, Mike. His feet were parallel with each other. Didn't look like he was hurt so much. He was just in bad position and knocked off balance. Good round for Clay Guida, though.
They attend to the cut on the bridge of the nose of Clay Guida. That was from the left hook thrown by Marcus Aurelio in the first round.
Throw that right hand. He's going to shoot. He does not want nothing to do with the stand-up. He's losing.
Esse cara não é melhor que você. Agora você tem que ganhar esses 2 rounds. Você tem que ganhar esses 2 rounds. Tem uma grande chance de você ganhar esse round. Vamos lá para ganhar, entendeu?
The beautiful Ali Sonoma, Ariani here tonight. Mandalay Bay Event Center, Las Vegas, Nevada. Clay Guida set for round number 2. Will Marcus Aurelio loosen up a little bit now, Joe, as we talked about? See if he becomes more fluid.
He's got to do something, and I'm sure he got an ear beating in the corner from Ricardo Laborio. Good leg kick by Clay Guida. Another one. See his low stance like that? It'll be very hard to take that guy down.
Absolutely.
Very tough wrestler, and you know he's preparing for this fight. It's a difficult task for Marcus Aurelio.
Just a slip. Came over the top again. Got to watch for the up kick. Guida's really coming in with reckless abandon. I think you can see that Guida's becoming more comfortable, and he's a little less concerned about getting caught by Marcus Aurelio each time he comes in with a flurry.
Yeah, he's more comfortable and more confident as the rounds go on, and I think Marcus Aurelio is starting to get a little bit frustrated.
What can Marcus do to try to reverse kind of the flow of this fight right now, Joe?
Well, I mean, I don't know what his strategy coming into this fight was, but he's had made 0 attempts to try to take this fight to the ground. And I don't know if that's because he figures, you know what, it's just going to be a waste of energy. He's not going to be able to take Clay Guida down. Or maybe he's just biding his time and letting Clay Guida get comfortable throwing punches. And there he goes. He tries it right there and pulls guard. What I was saying is that maybe he's just waiting for Clay Guida to open up, get comfortable, and then from there he'll try to take him down. But it's going to be tough. You know, in the rematch with Takanori Gomi, he was unable to take Gomi to the ground, and Gomi wound up winning a decision. And, you know, that is the problem with a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighters when they fight a guy who's an experienced wrestler. If the wrestler decides to keep the fight standing, you know, there's not much they can do about it. And that's what we're seeing here.
Back up to the feet again. Nearly to the midway point of this lightweight matchup. UFC 74 respect. Guida's already earned a ton of it in his young UFC career.
Marcus is finding a home for that jab, but that's about it. Good leg kick by Clay Guida. Marcus has got to open his game up. He's got to throw more combinations. He's got to throw the right hand. He's got to throw some kicks.
I don't even know if he's thrown the right hand more than 2 or 3 times, Joe. It's either a left jab or a left hook.
And Mike, he should be comfortable throwing kicks because it doesn't look like Clay Guida wants to take him to the ground at all. He should open up with the legs. It's almost like a free shot.
Guida pushing forward again. Caught him with a jab there. Did Aurelio. He caught Guida.
In worst case scenario, there he goes.
There it is.
Good shot, but now he pulls. He goes to guard, but this is an open guard. He's got to close that guard up, lock it up tight, and control his posture. There he goes. Now he's got that. Now he's got to figure out a way to control Clay Guida's arms and his posture.
Trying to extend that guard, Joe.
Yeah, he's got a high guard, sort of like a version of a rubber guard, except he's holding it the opposite way.
And this is where Marcus Aurelio would like to attempt to work, at least for a little while, because this is his strength with his third-degree Brazilian black belt. He really does have great talent in the jiu-jitsu game.
He does, but it's gonna, I mean, Clay Guida, Clay Guida has great jiu-jitsu himself.
Absolutely.
And more importantly, he's got great jiu-jitsu defense. You know, it's gonna be very hard to catch this guy from this position.
90 seconds remains in round 2.
Let go of the glove. Last one.
And I can see Steve Mazzagatti standing these guys up. We don't see some action here. Good elbow on top by Clay.
Guida continues to push the pace. That has become his true moniker. Just the endurance and the relentless attack.
Another good
again,
hammer fist.
so Aurelio gets it down, tries to utilize his guard, tries to use some jiu-jitsu, and is still the one being punished.
Well, he's got control over Clay Guida's posture, but you know, the way he's using his guard here, he's not threatening. He's not doing anything to lock up the shoulders. He's not doing anything to threaten Clay Guida's arms. He keeps, you know, shifting his hips up, but every time he does that and opens his legs up, it offers the opportunity for Clay Guida to just stand up and back out if he so chooses. So it's a tricky situation for Marcus. He doesn't really have Clay locked up here. It's really Clay's decision to stay here.
Guida's ground attack has been good here. So he's one striking, and he's getting the better of the ground game here through 2 rounds.
Another hammer fist by Clay Guida. I mean, nothing devastating, nothing big is happening, but Clay is controlling where the fight takes place. And in my opinion, winning both rounds so far.
Has he even started the fight, the way he walks around? That's the amazing thing about him.
The kid's a tireless worker. Let's take a look at some more action from round 2. This is the takedown attempt by Marcus Aurelio, and he pulls guard. And, you know, he got to that position, but, you know, unfortunately, he actually took more damage in that position than he did standing up. And here's the hammer fist from Clay Guida. That one to the side of the head, the temple area. And he landed several of those during that fight. Good round for Clay Guida, not so good round for Marcus Aurelio. Ricardo Laborio is giving him some instruction right now. He's got to do something to change the way this fight is taking place.
Marcus, don't hold the glove, okay?
Ariani signifies the start of round number 3. The first 2 rounds clearly belong to Clay Guida. Third and final round of Aurelio's UFC debut.
All right, Marcus has got to do something here, you know, because this is not a good fight for him. So far, he's had no success. He hasn't been able to get anything off. There's a few jabs here and there, but other than that, Clay Guida is relatively unharmed, untouched.
How good do you believe Clay Guida's striking is right now, Joe?
It's very solid, and you know what? He's able to keep the, oh, good right hand right there. He's able to keep that pace up for a long time. His conditioning is so phenomenal that he constantly puts pressure on fighters. You see Marcus's mouth is open, he's starting to breathe heavy, and Clay just presses forward. He's a little juggernaut, man.
Uppercut, overhand right.
And Marcus isn't threatening him with anything. I mean, I don't know if Marcus has a hurt right hand. You know, I mean, it's so much in training, so much gets hurt. So many of these guys come into these fights with sore hands and sore ligaments and joints, and you know, you never know, but he's not throwing any right hands. I mean, all he's doing is moving away and jabbing. I don't know how he thinks he's gonna win a fight like that.
Yeah, right now he's not.
You see him breathing heavy too. I mean, so far there's been very,
there's a right
hand.
and it connected.
There we go.
Big right hand, and he caught him. But he's still got a long way to go to win this fight.
He looks very tired too.
Guida with another leg kick. Fakes with the left, comes with the right. 3.5 minutes remains in the third and final round.
You know, and Marcus, I'm sure, is in excellent condition. This could just be a situation where there's an adrenaline dump because of, you know, all the expectations put on.
And you talked about it too, coming into the UFC for the very first time, experienced or not. It is a totally different scenario for every fighter once they truly enter the UFC.
I mean, even Quentin Rampage Jackson, when he first fought in the UFC against Marvin Easton, with all his international experience, he admitted it when he was the most nervous he'd ever been for a fight. There's so much opportunity financially, so much opportunity, I mean, as far as like the publicity that you can get for your school and, you know, for your gym and, you know, sponsorships, and it's so much on the line. Marcus is very tired here.
And you can also see in his eyes, not only tired, extremely frustrated.
Frustrated, exhausted, breathing heavy, probably doesn't know why he's tired. Clay shoots. Marcus is down. Marcus is breathing very heavy here. If I was in Clay's corner, I'd be screaming for him to push the pace here. I think he could do some serious damage to Marcus.
And you know that he would love to get a finish here because a couple of his fights have gone to disappointing decisions. They've gone the distance. Everybody likes to keep it out of the judge's hands, even when you are in control of a fight like Guida is right here.
I mean, Clay Guida in his career so far has been through the gauntlet. I mean, outside of the UFC, he's fought Josh Thompson. Inside, who's an excellent 155-pounder. Inside the UFC, I mean, he's fought Dean Thomas. He's fought Tyson Griffin. He's fought some really, really tough guys. So, I mean, he's been through the fire over and over again.
If one did not know better, they would think that UFC matchmaker Joe Silva just doesn't like Clay Guida because all he does is give him very tough opponents.
But if one does know better, you think he does like Clay Guida because Clay loves all these tough fights.
Excellent
Marcus
point.
shoots. Oh, look at this. Very close to the takedown. Good sprawl. A nice knee to the body by Clay Guida. And that took a lot out of Marcus. He took a big, deep breath after that was over. But at least
he loves the challenge, Joe. You're absolutely right. He made the attempt there, but it might be about 13 minutes too late.
I wonder if the hair in the face is a strategy so opponents can't look in his eyes.
Over the top with the right hand again.
You know, the only problem with that right hand is that Marcus is he's measuring it and he sees it coming. Maybe if he tried faking the right hand and coming with a left hook or something different. Right now he's been a little bit one-dimensional in his approach, but, you know, I mean, the thing about mixed martial arts is you always have to realize that he's not just thinking about hitting, he's also thinking about what do I do if this guy shoots? What do I do to avoid the takedown?
You know, a nice job done as far as the mental approach and the discipline and game planning for Clay Guida, because a lot of great wrestlers who have good takedowns will just automatically go into that mode, even though it might not be the wisest move strategy-wise, and Guida has avoided that temptation.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely wouldn't be the wisest move to put. You know what, though? When he's on it, you know, on top with Marcus on his back, he's had nothing but success.
All of a sudden, Marcus Aurelio seems like he's getting a little bit loose with only 12 seconds remaining.
And he eats a hard leg kick.
All of a sudden, a little showmanship, but it's going to be way too little too late. And Tyson Griffin is going to now be a distant memory in the mind of Clay Guida, because Guida is going to even his record here inside the octagon. Very frustrated in his UFC debut. Third degree Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt out of American top team, Marcus Aurelio. Bruce Buffer gathering the official decision. Judges giving him the scorecard, and we are set. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Patricia Morse-Jarman scores the contest 30-27. Adelaide Bird has it 29-28. And Jeff Collins scores it 30-27 for the winner by split decision, Clay the Carpenter.